Hey everybody, this is Mr. Silverwolf SP. Let's play Divinity 2 Dragon Knight Saga. So last time we heard about the miller who isn't a miller, Buad. And we heard about his troubles with assassins. We will eventually be helping him with his troubles, but there are other things to do and other places to go and other people to see here in Broken Valley Village. So we're going to go off to do that. Meanwhile, I'm slowly emptying every barrel, crate, and basket of everything I can possibly find. We also know that Linda, the miller's daughter, has reconfigured lost a purse. Uh-oh. What you doing?
Slayer, have you heard?
Heard what?
Upton told me he caught Lieutenant Lewis in the woods this morning with no pants on.
No, really? How embarrassing.
Isn't it just frightful? Sue flirts with every man in town. She's so slutty. Slayer, listen to this.
I'm all ears.
That doctor in the inn has screws in his head, and if he takes them out, he can lift the top of his skull.
They say he did it because he swapped brains with a demon.
Oh no! What if he spies for Damien? Slayer, you won't believe it.
No, I don't think I will.
Richard says Volo is, intimate with his pigs.
Really? Let's hope the children look like their mother then.
Oh, you're awful.
One of the things these two gossips get on about actually are true. Not going to tell you which one.
Slayer, have you heard?
Heard what?
Upton told me he caught Lieutenant Lewis
Oh,
in the woods this cup.
I just interrupted her, but...
Have you heard what they say about the Slayers?
Peggy acts like she's a natural blonde. Who does she think she's fooling?
What do they say?
They're as tall as claws and just as strong.
And on top of this, that these slayers can shoot lightning from the eyes.
No way! I have to tell everybody. You know what I discovered? What's that?
Dirk is having an affair.
No. You sure?
He sneaks away almost every night. What else could it be?
You have to hear this.
Tell me.
Ollie is telling everyone he saw a dragon.
That old tattler. There have been no dragons here in more than 20 years.
At least Stan tries to hush him a bit.
Did you see, Slayer? A word in your ear.
Just make sure they're words and not venom.
You know Romon, priest? He might just be in league with a dragon.
Venom it was.
Fine. Don't believe me. But don't say I didn't warn you. Slayer? It's incredible!
Here we go again.
They say Miller Upton, when he is tired of something, grinds people in his mill and throws them in the river.
It certainly is, like you said, not credible.
Well, I'll never set foot in that mill, just to be sure. Did you see? There's a champion here from Alaroth.
Yes, I saw him arrive.
Handsome, isn't he? Bit brusque, though.
You can be a bit brusque with me anytime.
Oh, you naughty lass, you!
Been to the Black Boar recently?
No, why?
The food was awful. Tasted like there was a troll in the stew.
No, you don't think.
I'm not sure, but you didn't hear it from me.
You know what I discovered?
What's that?
Dirk is having...
And that's enough of that.
Here lies Sleepy Joe, doing what he does best.
Ah.
Here lay Terence, until a necromancer got to him.
Remember that. We'll come back to it.
Here lies Simon the Liar, at least that's what we think.
Yeah.
Here lies Lucky Tom, ever since he just ran out of luck. Here lies Booth, murdered, by whom?
Mystery on our hands.
Here lies little Gracie. Her grave serves as a reminder to us all. Trolls are not big, cuddly teddy bears. Here lies little Gracie. Her grave's...
Come on now.
Here lies saucy Sally. And the women they cheered, and the men they wept.
Aww.
Here lies Stan. Inscription pending.
Ah.
For sale, a beautiful one-person plot with commanding view of the village. For more information, see Willie of the Broken Valley Real Estate Corporation.
Remember him as well.
Here lies Bessie, the first pig interred with full burial rites, just as Folo wished it. Here lies Father Paul, finally where everybody wanted him. Here lies Father
Dang it,
Paul,
man. Come on.
finally.
You look quite pale, son. What is it that weighs on your conscience?
I committed a sin, Father. I stole a fellow miner's pick and shovel.
Confession is the first step towards redemption, child. Make amends and you shall be forgiven. Welcome, Slayer. I am Romon, priest of the New Order, and I'm looking for an experienced warrior.
What do you need done? I'm experienced, yes, but also cautious.
Caution is a virtue, child. You're wise to let it guide you.
Now, what is he mind read for? 33?
Not a week goes by without that little pest Jeff confessing some petty theft or prank. Let me tell you something about this valley. Once it was the home of a mighty dragon lord, long before the divine had fallen.
Oh,
This dragonbite was slain, though I do not know by whom or what form.
oh.
His spirit, however, survives to this day, and dwells in his now ravaged tower.
Do you know the name of the Dragon Lord?
As a slayer, you will probably have heard of him. His name is Lovis.
I vaguely recall the name, yes.
Ah, I thought you would. Now, here's why I talked to you about this. I am very interested in the unique magical items that may still rest in this tower. I dare not enter it myself, however, and would like you to scout this ominous structure. I hope you will find something of interest. If you do, please let me know. I wish you the best.
Have you seen the dragon, Father?
I have, yes. I went to visit the ruined chapel down the valley last week. When I returned at nightfall, I heard the sound of great wings. I looked up and saw
Excuse me.
the dragon. A frightful experience, I assure you.
Can you tell me something more about Lovis?
Not that much, really. I do know he was the only child of Anastas, a queen of the ancient kingdom of Ferro. But of his childhood or education, I know nothing. More famous, of course, are his martial exploits. He fought, in dragon form, a duel with Brom, another dragon knight. It took place high above this vale. He won by biting off his opponent's head.
Oh,
His mightiest accomplishments, though, were made during the Battle of the 10,000. He killed 600 Black Ring troops and 3 of their generals. It was called the Battle of the 10,000, by the way, because that's how many were killed between dawn and dusk that day.
huh.
That's all I can tell you. Maybe Naberius knows more. He's very interested in Lovis and the history of this place. You can find him a bit further north down the valley where he lives in his cave home.
Tell me, Father, have you seen anything suspicious in the village at night?
Dear me, no. Should I have? I'm sure I would have noticed if there was anything suspicious going on. Dear me.
That was a reaction. And he said, well, never mind. I must go now, Father.
You will always enjoy the protection of the angels.
So he has healing potions. That's good.
What can I do for you? Blast. I forgot my belt under my bed in the barracks again.
These guards are around here forgetting half of their weapons and armor. Encountered any dragons hereabouts?
Can't say I have, no.
You're the chapel guard?
You could call it that. Roman, he's a priest, would tell you it's the most important position in town. I'd call it the most useless. Broken Valley hardly gets any visitors, and those that do come spend a lot more time in the Black Boar. Yeah, bye.
Excuse me, ducks. I'm in the water. Knew I was going to end up in the water. I know this is Gregorian chant in real life, but I do not know what actually he is saying or what he is invoking, so I can't begin to tell you for sure what's going on here.
Beautiful, isn't it? The divine is truly with us all.
Absolutionem et remissionem peccatorum nostrorum tribuat nobis omnipotens.
What's this?
Et misericordias Dominos memento etiam Domine famulorum cetuarum qui nostris esserunt cum signo fidei et dormium insurmo pacis.
Let's see what we got. Roman's Spiritual Phenomena, Part 1. Scrying stones are very interesting and a rare phenomenon in the magical world of Rivellon. I would love to get my hands on one. However, it is said that if one concentrates on a scrying stone too hard, it swallows you whole. Alas, I believe I will never see one with my own eyes. Ancient crystal healing methods. Years ago, the famous healing fountain known as the Source ran out of power. The last crystal the Source brought forth was bestowed upon the Divine. Many years passed, and the healers of Alaroth could not find a way to recreate these precious crystals. However, with the Great War at its peak, and with the piles of wounded as the driving force behind the healers of Alaroth's urge to find a solution, a breakthrough was achieved. After years of research, a way to create powerful healing potions was devised. These potions could, to a certain extent, replicate the effect of the healing crystals. Moreover, they could bring back a commodity that had been lost in Alaroth for decades, a leading part in the future of Rivellon. Part 2. Many experiments were conducted in order to create a formula that would resemble the purity of the ancient crystals from Alaroth's source. No ingredient and no species were spared during the experiments. Everything living, dead, or undead was used, but to no avail. Until one morning a captain named Jarrett stormed into the ministry, enraged about the inept treatment the scores of wounded soldiers were receiving. He demanded the crystals be made at once. When the healers told him they needed more time, a furious Jarrett began to vent his anger upon a goblin that lay tied down to an experiment table. The creature was beaten and mutilated so badly that the healers, even though they disliked goblins just as much as anybody else, begged Jarrett to stop. It was then that Jarrett cut out the heart of the goblin and threw it at their feet. The heart was still beating. One of the healers, a young man named Deodatus, yelled, "Eureka!" and before the stunned eyes of his colleagues created a compound that distilled the beating heart's life energy and transferred it to a potion. The healing crystals themselves were never replicated. But the new, now so characteristically red-colored potion proved to be just as effective. So it was that the very heart of the enemy led to the salvation of every warrior wounded during the Great War. Fascinating.
It's stuck.
Well, that's locked. See what's in here. Oak tears.
Another one to add to the collection.
Earthroot. A stubborn, deeply rooted plant with tropical, lush green leaves. It's always a test of your strength to get this one out of the ground.
Another one to add to the collection. Another one to add to the collection.
Folo's Book of Poems. More bread. Okay, then. Let me run a quick... are those paintings of pigs? Those paintings are of pigs. You'd think he'd have a painting of his wife or something. Or a family member. They're pigs. Weirdo. Maybe he has pets. Piggy, oh piggy, your sausages would be the best. Oh piggy, you truly are so blessed. I watch you graze, I feel amazed. Your rosy cheeks, your pointy teats. Oh piggy, you are so sweet. Okay.
Welcome to me home, Slayer.
Might you by chance have seen something out of place in the village during the night? No, we'll start with something a little more. A lovely place you have here.
Thanks. We have indeed. A fine spot to live is this. Can't say that of all the places in old Rivlon, with them demon kind and necro dancers and their horrors. But over here, no. You'll see nothing bad'll happen to this valley. Not in a million years.
You sure have lots of pork stored.
Aye, we have that. Mind you, if it weren't for me, you'd find nothing but bleeding cauliflowers. Me husband Folo loves his damn pigs so much he'd never eat 'em. But I make sure the guests over at the Black Boar get their chops in time. Silly man. Imagine becoming a pig farmer and not wanting to butcher the things.
Might you by chance have seen something out of place in the village during the night?
I don't know. Let me think. I did see some weird characters round the old mill, now that you mention it.
Ah.
Skulking about they were, keeping in the shade like. Don't know what that was all about. I heard them whispering, saying they were going back to the burnt chapel in the valley. That's about it.
Now, didn't the priest say he was going to the chapel in the valley, but he reacted like he didn't see anything and that he was very, very afeared by it? So apparently, the priest encountered the assassins and is keeping the matter to himself.
I wonder if Folo loves them blasted pigs more than me. Certainly sees more of them.
Bye, man.
Bye.
What are you coming around here for? Have you not helped me?
I enjoy gloating, fellow. Should try it sometime.
Miserable man. I bet you never felt affection for a thing in your life.
That's right, Folo. I never even stayed for breakfast.
That's horrible. Just leave me be.
Alright, I cannot talk to the animals.
Slayer, please listen. I'm in desperate need of help. It's me pigs, you see.
What's the matter with your pigs?
And you ordered impounded 3 of them. But they're my pets and were never intended to be eaten.
Your pets? That's not what his wife said. Why would the New Order impound them?
They say there's a famine somewhere, and I don't want to lose me little ones. Bessie, my poor pig. She was too young to die. My Bessie.
I sympathize. A famine. Then I can't in good conscience receive your pigs, I'm sorry.
But my sweet pigs. You're as heartless as Lieutenant Lewis.
No. Let me see here. I don't think I can tell her about that, but she might need to know.
Anything I can do for you?
Your husband asked me to get his pigs back from the New Order, but I declined.
Oh, that stubborn oaf. Lewis could have him arrested for asking you that. Folo and his swine. They'll drive me mad one day, you mark my words.
Bye, ma'am.
Aye. Bye.
Huh. Well, that was interesting. So we have met the pig farmer Folo, who loves pigs more than he loves his own wife, and, or at least she thinks he does, believes them to be his pets rather than his product, as it were. We've met Father Romon, who wants an artifact of some kind of value from the ruined tower of the dead dragon knight Lovis, who apparently is bound in spirit form to the tower. More people who've seen the dragon, and we have received confirmation that the assassins are stalking around the mill. We've also found the miller's daughter's purse to return to her at our earliest convenience. This has been Mr. Silverwolf SP. If you have enjoyed this episode, please leave a like or comment where your favorite part was. Subscribe if you haven't for this and other Let's Plays from my channel. Have a nice day. Try to be kind.